welcome to another Parts Factory installation tutorial video. Today I'm going to be chucking this power steering pump onto this Hyundai Tucson between the years of 05 and 09. Now this video will also work for any Kia Sorento, Kia Spectra in the international countries. Right, so this job's probably going to take us about 35 minutes. It is a V-belt pulley, so it's going to be pretty easy to just slot it straight back on the top, retighten it to spec. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to leave a link in the bio that will basically send you to a video that will teach you how to prime a power steering fluid system. It's very important. We do have a little notice in the box from Parts Factory, and that notice basically explains the common symptoms, pretty much outlining why a new pump can be installed and still make noises, etc, etc. Perhaps you have already had your second-hand power steering pump make a whining noise or a grinding noise. A whining noise is actually just cavitation, and basically that doesn't necessarily mean the pump is broken per se, but look, anyway, that video that I leave in the link at the end of this video will explain everything about that. Now before we start, I will let you know that this product is available on our website at partsfactoryoz.com.au. I'll chuck the link up on the screen for you. I'll also put the link in the bio, and I believe that we're sending these pumps $150 Australia-wide free postage, which is absolutely awesome. Alrighty guys, let's get into the install. Okay, so first things first, I did a little bit of pre-organization just to smooth things along a bit. I've just moved this wiring loom out of the way to the right. That way I can access straight in here without a problem. Now you can see here you've got your main high output banjo bolt. You've got your low output return line back to your power steering fluid reservoir. And then you've got one nut here. This nut will be undone. It'll allow the power steering pump to fall back. Then we'll go for the bottom nut. At that point, nothing would be holding this pump. So we'd peel the fan belt off, remove the pump, and then, yeah, replace it with the new one. Let's get into it. The first step that we're gonna take is to undo this main high pressure power steering output line. Now, this banjo bolt, you just wanna pull it out gently. See the copper O-ring? You don't want to lose that O-ring. Place it over out of the way. You want to gently lift up the high pressure line and grab that second O-ring. These O-rings should be right to be reused. Now what I'll do is I'm going to chuck this high pressure line out of our way. Then we're going to undo this 14mm on the top with a 14mm wrench. Just like that. I've pre-loosened mine. We can undo it by hand. It's quite a long bolt. Place that out of the way. We want to take the power steering pump that direction. At this point we can pull off the fan belt or accessory belt. At this point the power steering pump is just about off, and you'll note that there's another 14, the bottom of it. I've already undone mine, loosened mine with a 14mm on a regular wrench. Should be able to remove that 14mm, and out it comes. There it is there. At this point you can bring your power steering pump up into the air, like so. Bring it over this direction. We're now going to undo this hose clamp, pull the hose clamp down out of the way, and twist the power steering pump off the hose itself. Okay, we then want to inspect our new pump from Parts Factory. Chuck your instruction manual out of the way. Bring your pump out of its box and compare it to the OEM one. As you can see, we've obviously purchased the correct part. Here's your main high pressure output line. Obviously where your bottom bolt 14mm goes into on the bottom. This is where your high pressure line goes on here. And yeah, it's looking fantastic. Right, so there's no real reason for me to change my second-hand pump for a new one. My pump's still fully functional. Obviously I do this just for the purpose of providing you this video. So I'm going to obviously reuse that second-hand pump. The final step for you is obviously to remove that hose clamp, twist the pump off, move it out of the way while keeping the low pressure line up in the air so you don't lose any power steering fluid. Obviously you then grab your new pump, squeeze it onto your pipe, pull that hose clamp up, make sure the hose clamp is straight, and then yeah, I'll show you the next step. Right, so at this point you will have grabbed your new pump, slid it onto your low pressure line, and pull your hose clamp up into the air. Now we can then drop our new power steering pump down into where it belongs. We want to line up the bottom first. Now I'm going to start by putting in my top bolt because it will assist me to line up the bottom bolt. You just put it in slightly, a few rotations, do it by hand. Kind of got to tuck your hand in and around. It's a bit of a workout, but as you can hear, that bolt's just gone straight through. Now that I've got everything back in line, I'm going to tighten that up by hand quite a lot, as far as I can get it. That way, when I want to tighten it with my wrench, it'll only take a few rotations. Now I'm going to do the top bolt up by hand as well. Now I'm going to do up the bottom bolt, using my left hand to line up the socket. At this point, we now want to get our fan belt on. Now what you want to do is you want to use a little bar like this one, and all I'm going to do, pull back on the bar just like that. Get that hand tight, pull back on that bar, and then finish off nice and tight. Now you want to do a quick check to see the belt's nice and tight, which it is. It shouldn't move any more than a millimeter as you push down on it. Now at this point, guys, everything's all back where it should be, other than your main output line. It's the most important part of the job. Obviously that copper washer, and you want to put your nut through, and you want to rest the nut all together down onto the thread of the pump. You should be able to do it by hand. As you can see, I'm turning it by hand. Remember, it's a 24 mil to finish this off. It should be firm, but not too firm, as it is an alloy unit. And that's everything. Alrighty guys, all done. Actually extremely easy. I'm very impressed with that job. I've been doing this for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it's actually quicker than I expected. Very, very well done to Hyundai for the positioning of their power steering pump. Remember, I've thrown the link for the how to bleed procedure in the bio of this video. So just click into that, watch that link. He'll demonstrate how to properly prime a power steering fluid system. Now, remember that we have this product available on our website. I'll chuck the link on the screen and obviously in the bio of this video as well. And if you did appreciate this video, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and if you would like to watch more of our content, subscribe please. Alrighty guys, my name's Lucas, thanks for watching.